business cards or business idea or pitch your own conceptual business plan, right? So, I'm just going to choose three people that would love to share their business with the rest of the audience. You never know. Your next client might be here. So I'm just looking for three people. Sazoita a mistake ukuthi during question and answer you see muna awutanga kuzointroduce a business rakhe akuvunza futhi question. So if you can just do it now, that would be good. Who's volunteering? Okay, I see there. Give the mic this gentleman over there. Tell us your name, tell us what you do, but don't preach. Thank you.
1, 2, 1, 1. Good evening to you all. My name is Shelton Munjanja. I'm from AMS Bookstore. I do sell books, my motivational books, my business books. So, to those who are interested in my books, you can follow me. Can check up Facebook. Page AMS Bookstore. The my prices are amazing. So go to market and fema kama wana, especially kana muri Zimbabwe nekunze kwachiona food. So you can follow me by Facebook.
Thank you so much, Max.
Thank
follow
you.
Max. Just give him a big round of applause. All right.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Coach Nyari. I coach English. So my company is called All Things English. So that means I coach public speaking, interview coaching, so anything that is English, including confidence building. So if you want to learn your English, want to improve your speaking, I'm here for you.
Thank you so much, Coach Nyari. And the books, I have a question. Can I download my books? Right? Yeah. Do you have any advice for them? Hey, why not download my books, my PDF?
Obviously, muna anosimbisa basa rake. Kudownload mabooks kwakanakira kuti zvoni unowana access kumabooks akawandisa. At the same time, zvinenge zvine a bit of disadvantage kune vanenge vachiverenga pafoni. Because book rakanakira kuti zvoni kana une hard copy, you can refer back. Kana one ma footnotes, kana waka highlighter, because book change kuti zvonofana uverenga over and over again. To those vanenge are like ma good readers, it's unfortunate kuti vamwe vedu mukati muno makazotanga uzotanga udzidzira uverenga vakura. So kune ma good readers, I would advise kuti zvoni munge muchiverenga a business self help so that kuti zvoni zvinokuita se zvinokubatsira or something done.
Thank you, Max.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's Shelton.
Shelton.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Shelton.
Give the lady behind you. Oh, the gentleman? Was that a hand? Okay. Who wants to talk, introduce themselves, their business, what they do? Another hand there, hand there. All right. So let's just have two more. All right.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brandon, and I'm a travel consultant. So when you need your flight ticket bookings, your visas, your travel insurance, or your holiday packages, just know that I'm your guy. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Chido. For all those with sensitive skin, I do sell Forever Living products, which are very, very good, and also table charm products. For those who want, like now it's hot, I have the bottle drinks readily available. Thank you. And my phone number, 0773 141814. Thank you.
Call dog bleacher. Any? All right, it's fine. I think I saw your hand here. Okay, perfect.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Christian. Well, I'm into construction, so we sell cladding, stone cladding. So if the finishings or anything, renovations, all to do with construction, you can contact us. Maxtrack Designs, that's the company. We are by 7th and Salu, next to Coimbra Restaurant. Stone cladding or construction, renovations, we do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone? Okay.
Evening, everybody. My name is Ayo. I've just seen one of my clients, Coach Nyari, and Miss Chido, and the guy with my book. So I'm going to inspire. I'm a web designer, and I do digital marketing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope you're going to get more clients from this. Last person.
Good evening. My name is Rose Monte. I'm a tailor and also I sell wool, all types of wool. So if you're into craft work, you can contact me. My number is 0772 614 000. You all know now kuchukoro kuruitwa craft work. So if you don't know where to get your knitting needles, your crochet, and your wool, I'm the right person to contact. Thank you.
Who still remembers as soft as wool?
Good evening, beautiful people. My name is Tanaga Chakaneta. I'm into advertising. I own Tengesa Advertising Hub. So those who want to advertise, you can hook me up on Tengesa Advertising Hub on all social media platforms. And on WhatsApp, I'm actually advertising for free. So you can just hook me up on my social media platforms and then I'll get you on my WhatsApp groups for free.
Thank you so much. Come on, let's give our panelists a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, fellow entrepreneurs who are in this auditorium, and those who are watching us live from all over the world, welcome to the fastest growing business and entrepreneurship platform in Zimbabwe. This edition is proudly sponsored by Wizroad Investment, a micro institution company. You can see by their cap here. And it's being hosted also by our number one business mentor, Dr. SM Chirisa. Come on, let's give the institution and him a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Well, the status quo of our business landscape in Zimbabwe or globally is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Hence, the topic for today is tough times, strong business. This juxtaposition simply means that turning adversity into advantage in our various business domains. Therefore, who's more qualified to demystify this topic than the brand himself, Dr. SM Chirisa? Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. SM Chirisa is a multifaceted leader who has excelled as a psychiatrist, medical doctor, health, family, and personal development expert, as well as a seasoned business and entrepreneurship specialist. He is the founder and senior pastor of Wisdom City Ministries International. On a personal note, Dr. SM Chirisa is happily married to advocate Dorcas Chirisa, and together they are blessed with 4 beautiful children. Come on, with a standing ovation, help me to introduce to the podium the brand, the man himself, the marketplace leader, Dr. SM Chirisa.
Nyasombera. All right, thank you so much. Just greet your neighbor and say welcome, and so just welcome to the seminar. If you do not know them, ask them for their name. We no longer do business cards. I don't know business cards. You are ancient. All right, just ask them their name, what the business they are into. Ask them what business they are into. All right, and take your seats, please. Please take your seats. All right, I'm excited. I'm excited about tonight, and I trust that we will get the full benefit of this this masterclass. I will be introducing our sponsors, because they will speak something that is very interesting, which I think will interest all of us as they launch something that I want you guys to participate. That's why they are here today. All right, so how we are going to structure this program? Like always, I'm going to speak and then I'm going to invite the founder and the CEO of Wizroad to come and speak to us. And after that, I will have question and answer. Today, I would want as many questions to be directed to them so that you can get clarity in exactly what they are doing and what they want. Are you hearing? But you can still ask me some questions. Is that okay? But we want to gain as much as possible. And please, when you go out, please pass through their information desk, get some caps, get some flyers, just get some information, and you can visit their website, like them, and follow them on their social media handles. How many people have seen my podcast, my YouTube podcast? Hands up. Hands up. How many people have subscribed to my channel? Hands up. Kana une munhu asina kusumudza ruoko muti apart coach aschi. You are coming here for free. I mean, just. All right. So what we are going to do right now is, please take out your phone. I want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. It's just a favor. Everybody, take out your phone. It's simple. It's very few minutes. Go to YouTube. There's network, right? Go to Dr. DRSM Chirisa. Look for it. Now, that channel is basically dedicated. I've got several channels. This one is dedicated to business and personal development. And we've already interviewed Arthur Marara there. And recently, 2 days, a day ago, we posted the next one where we interviewed Precious Murena, the former CEO of Lafarge. You need to listen to it. If you are a serious entrepreneur and if you are working somewhere, these are things that you need to know. All right, so it's not just so that I get subscribers and followers, but it's for your own good. I already know what's there because I'm the one who interviewed them. And I even know more because there are things that we speak behind the scenes which are not there. All right, so please, who is promising me to subscribe? Okay. So I'm expecting to see at least 300, 400 new subscribers by the time I go to sleep at 12 o'clock. Is that okay? All right. All right. Thank you for that. That's all I need. That's all I need. It makes us, if we subscribe, it means that we are able to get better people to interview, because everybody wants to be interviewed where they are people. Okay? So it increases the quality. The quality that we have already is off the chain. Is just off the chain, okay? Is the best of the best, but we want to make them come to us, okay? So please subscribe and watch also. All right, so let's go into the topic of the day: tough times, stronger businesses. So as I start tonight, every time it seems as if we are going through seasons. Well, in other countries, they don't go as much seasons as we do in terms of economics and finances and money, but you have to survive. Now, why we do what we do is because a lot of businesses fail. In fact, probably the person next to you has actually done one or two other businesses that have failed. You might be sitting here and you're actually failing right now in the business that you're doing. Actually, ma one. You get what I'm saying? Takakupa utipa testimony uzot ma one talk. Okay? Now, the statistics are scary about businesses. That's why it is important and crucial for you to be trained and to have mentorship and to have a mentor. Now, a lot of people ask me, Doc, why do you do what you do? then I tell them that it is an assignment that I was given by God because I hate poverty. That's why I do it for free. Not that what we are doing is free. In fact, it costs us thousands of dollars to host you in this place. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You are not here for free, but we make it free for you. And we do that so that you don't have an excuse to remain broke. Because if I charge you the amount of money that you are supposed to, I'm supposed to charge you to come and see me, to hear me speak to you, and to give you the advice, you may not be able to afford it. In fact, most of you won't be able to afford it. Even some companies are not able to afford it. Last time I was doing consultancy for Zimplats and I charged them 160,000. If who can afford to get me for 160,000 US dollars, can you lift up your hands? So I'm doing this to help you. All right. Now, I'm not doing this to really help myself. I'm already rich. Okay. My 300 series is parked right by the door. So I don't have to do what I do. So here's the fact. 50% of businesses fail in the first year. In the second year, those that have survived, 30% fail. By year 5, only 20% or less have survived. By year 10, 1% have survived. And the reason is because people do not know what to do. And the statistics get worse when things get bad. So these statistics that I tell you, they are for Western countries, for African countries, more so in Zimbabwe. We don't have statistics. But Janongo is not one. Because all I see is Dijupura in a shop, so like a certain mall, Drungona every time Parungo Chinjwa, one shop one. This year Yapinda, we put, we ma cape, we hemp, we ma phone. Yombo Sares Namuni, I can go far. Are you hear what I'm saying? Then you know good ma one I say? Ma one atang. So why are we talking to you? I opened my first business 1997. My first. Some of you were not even born. I'm at 2000. I was already running. You know, a lot of people say, hey, wakafuta. No, it's because you were 2 years uchijigamari. Inda my years akawanda. So, are you hearing what I'm saying? I will see you after 30 years, 20 years of eating money. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Then you can talk to me. Then we can talk. Okay. Opened our first clinic, year 2000. Opened our first hospital, 2006. Opened our first rehab, 2014. Third rehab, 2020. Okay? Opened another clinic, 2022. Opened another clinic, 2023. We've been through crisis. 2000 crisis, some of you are not even born. Crisis of 2008, 2009. 2017 transition. COVID crisis. We have seen the Zim dollar, bond, bearer check, zig, tichingo ripo, chimbondo remogo. Iwewe ne one chete 1 year. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So the reason is, so I've got something to say because I've survived tough times, and I'm saying that it is possible for you to survive tough times and still do very well. But a lot of us don't want to learn. If you don't learn, you are not going to earn what you must earn. So first thing that you're going to need to go through tough times and to build a strong business is a strong mind. Is a strong what? Mind. Because if you don't have a strong mind, surely what will be happening, the rates, how customers will be behaving, will give you BP. You will stroke urimnanamdik. Anxiety, depression is so common among entrepreneurs. So you need to have a strong mind. And how do you remain with a strong mind? You remain and stay motivated. That's why seminars like this are not a luxury, they are a necessity. Because it is in an environment like this where you get empowered and get motivated. Because if you don't get motivated, you will surely lose your mind. You need to get mentorship. Because for every problem that you think is a problem, the solution to somebody is something that they will not even need to sleep over. They can give you immediately. But the problem is you are asking the wrong people. You are asking people at the same level who are experiencing the same problem and do not know how to solve it. So the purpose of mentorship, like I always say, a mentor is somebody whose future is your past, is his past. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So which means they've gone through the problems that you're going through now and they know how to tackle them. And they are able to give you advice, insights, and it only takes one piece of information, one piece of action, and it changes everything around. You must be around other business people. If I ask you, how many this week, which other business people were you around? What conversations, business conversations did you have? None. It's not even bringing money to you. You understand what I'm saying? Don't listen and hang around with chickens if you want to be an eagle. So I purposely decide who comes to my world and who I interact with. If I see that you are a chicken, I don't give you my number. You don't know where I stay. I don't call you. Even if I can say, oh, what a number, I pretend to take it. When I end up, I delete it. And you will never hear a call from me. Because I want to deal with eagles. Ask your neighbor, are you an eagle? Tell them, if you remain a chicken, this is the last time I'm talking to you. I will not even sit next to you next week. Strong mind. Strong mind is very necessary. The second thing that you need to do is you need to look at your numbers. Most of us, we don't look at our business numbers. We just run. Lots of activity. But I always say that busyness is not effectiveness. A lot of people are so busy. They get home at 8, at 9. Waiters say, what have you produced? It's not the effort that matters. It is the result. If your effort is not bringing result, then there's something wrong with the effort. You know this thing about primary, at least you tried. No. We don't need, if you go and try to buy something at ATM. So recently I was Kroko Motors looking for a car. So when I was looking for the cars, I didn't say, I tried. Because I say, you don't get anything because you tried. You get something because you got results. And you have to make sure you get results. So one of the things that you need to do is you're going to have to look at your numbers. You're going to have to look at the cost that you are doing or that you are having in your company. Look at the numbers. Do you know your profits? Do you know how much you make per month? And what is the average? Some people say, how much is your business making? They don't even know. These are things that you must have in your head. You must be waking up. When I wake up in the morning, I am told figures every morning. Before I leave my bed, I know how much my business has made the previous day. I know how many people we saw. I know how much we collected, how much ZIG, how much many medical aid, how much was it, what were the problems. I know how much money we bought for airtime, for what, to correct this, to answer that, and what. Do you know those figures? If you do not know it, if you do not know your figures, then you are not in business. And when things get tough, you are going to be in problems. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to start to know figures. So tomorrow when you go to your business, you are going to have to say, what important figures do I need to know? What is your break-even point? How many people do you need to have that break-even point? You know, sometimes we even calculate it and say, for us to make money, we need each patient to spend at least $37.5 with us. That's the average that we need. What is the average that you need for you to break? You don't know. You don't know what you're using on airtime. You don't know what you're using for lunch. You don't know anything. You don't know your numbers. You're not in serious business. Please go and look for an employment. Because when you're employed, you don't look at the numbers. You just look at your pay slip. That's the only number that you need to know. The rest, you don't care about it. You must cut your costs. Everybody say, I must cut my costs. So you are going to be very serious about your costs. And what I do when things are tough, I go line by line. And I use what I call the 20-80 rule. Everybody say the 80-20 rule. It is also known as the Pareto principle. Everybody say Pareto principle. Now, Pareto principle says, of the things that you are doing or selling, in whatever you are doing, most of your money, 80% of your income, comes from 20% of the things and activities that you do. So when things are tough, you focus on the 20 that are bringing the 80. A lot of you waste your time on the 80 that are bringing in the 20, and you get it wrong. So if you've got a shop, there's no need to hold things that are sold every 6 months. You want things that will go very fast. Those 20 that you know when you put, they go. So you must know your 20. Ask your neighbor, do you know your 20%? How's it? I'm going to... I don't know my 20. You must know your 20. You must cut. You must do what I call office and space analysis. In Zimbabwe, people love offices. Until recently, I didn't have an office. But I've got more businesses than most of you. You understand what I'm saying? But I didn't have an office because you don't necessarily need an office, especially these days. But you hear Zimbabweans, you've got office and big shops with nothing. Do you need all that shop space? Rent it out, bring somebody in. If possible, even let it go. Don't let your pride sink your business. Office is a square and the Kanda square pindam pack. I hear them saying. Sit over Harare left you a pack. Kutu square. I'm a bench free. Not at your cost. Am I talking to somebody? You're going to have to look at your employees, look at the people, cut the number. Look at what everybody is doing. What are they really doing? Sometimes I went to a certain clinic and there were more people in the clinic than they were being treated. They said, so what are these people doing? Everybody got out and go from the wall. What are these people doing? So you have to cut. People have to do multiple things. If they cannot do multiple things, then they have to go. These are tough times. You can't behave like Father Christmas. You are not Father Christmas. So you have to look at everybody. What are they doing? What value are they bringing? How much money are they bringing into the company? I would even go and negotiate and say, guys, if we continue this, negotiate everything, even cut salaries, people don't want this, but sometimes you have to do it in order for you to survive. And those who don't want, Doriji, Ripo. Go line by line, look at your fixed costs. This is your rent, all the things that you know that you must pay just to run your business, your variable costs, your water, your transport, your what, all those things. At one time, in one of our clinics, we used to cook. In fact, we still cook. But people were buying sweet and sour sauce. So when we were going line by line, sweet and sour sauce. Sweet and sour sauce. It's not gonna anything. There's no even Royco. I hear them say, remove the sweet. Sweet and sour sauce. There's no pakambonzi. Thou shalt need sweet and sour sauce. Remove it. All things that are unnecessary, remove them. And we remove them. Cut the number of pieces of chicken and what, cut. After all, giving people lunch is a benefit. It's not a requirement. People can bring their own lunch from home. I looked at every cost. That's why I'm still in business. You're looking to yes, that's what you need to do to survive. If you are kind and nice as a business person, you can't survive. Negotiate everything with all your suppliers. Look for discounts. Look for something. Get every penny. You also need to meet the new reality. Is your business still in business? Because your business can be out of business and you're trying to push change. Because when things are tough, the customers also change what they buy. So what they used to buy yesterday is different from what they buy now. So are they still buying what you are providing? So you have to look at that. Do people still need what I am? So sometimes you need to change. And so many companies change what they do. So change what they do. So customers also change. What you are selling, what you are doing, is it still needed? If it's still needed, can you be the pink cow? I told you about this. Who knows my story about the pink cow? One. Sure. So let me tell you the story about the pink cow. When you are going kukumushewe, wakona mombe brown. Pana kambo mira pa mombe brown, but doctor wa picture ne mombe brown. But if you see a pink cow, what do you reverse? What do you because it's unique, it's different. That's what the pink cow means. What makes you different from the other shop? Especially in Zimbabwe, when you move into these malls, you think you're in one mall. Nema Russians, wakaiswa ku mall yepa babas. Ungofunga kuti urichi mu same place, same things. There's nothing unique. Why should people come to you if they can get the same thing, the same price, just next door? You must be a pink cow. So try to look for your uniqueness. Try to make your business unique. I have made myself unique. I've made myself unique as a pastor while everybody is doing prophecy. So in greater wisdom, I make myself unique. I'm different. I've differentiated myself. While everybody comes, pink shirt, bring green. I'm making myself unique and pink. You understand what I'm saying? You must learn to read the room. You must also save some cash. Ask your neighbor, how much money do you have saved? How many zeros? How many zeros are there? $8. And you are a business person, my friends. So when times are tough, you have to look for money before the money is needed. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So if it means you are going to sell some things and have some money, I call them sell your dog assets. Things that are not producing, sell them so that you hold money. And you are prepared to put that money into your 20%. To make sure that your business rides the tough times and is liquid. So when most businesses go broke because they run out of money. And they run out of money because we don't want to sell anything. We don't have save. Because whatever you save will save you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So it is very important for a business to save money. And it's also important when you are doing well in business, that's the time to save more money. But most people, when they are doing well, they spend. Holiday, chakote, what, party, white party, festival. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And when tough time comes, you go into tough times. And people don't even care about your photos that you posted last year. Especially with Instagram. Who still remembers what you saw 1 January? Even you who posted, you don't even know what you posted 1 January. People don't care. So please save money. If you are doing well, put some money aside. In the Bible, it's 20%. Now we say at least be saving 10% of whatever you are put it aside. The best when you are doing very well, save 40%. Some of you are not saving. The Bible that I read, it says, if you don't save, you are a fool. That's a fool spends all he gets. Ask your neighbor, I think you are looking like one. You are thinking you are guilty. But what you need $8, guy? As you business, you've got $8 and you're in business. In fact, the aggregate amount of saving as a business is between 3 months and 6 months of your costs. You must have that money to cover for at least 3 months. Your rent, your salaries, your charity, all that for 3 months. If you don't have that, you are not saved enough. I don't want to ask who is saved enough for 3 months. Because per COVID, per first week, I'm like, oh Father, thou have forsaken me. No, you're not forsaken. You did not save. So let's start to save. If you are a mentee of this masterclass, you must learn how to save. There must be no time when you don't have any cash. Even when things are tight, you must have some form of cash. All right. All right. Let me now finish. Please keep your old customers. It's easier to keep your old customers. When things are tough, keep your old customers. Call them. Visit them. Remind them that you're still there. Because they might think that you are also closing. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Have a relationship. Just visit. Oh, we're just passing and just told you, you're one of our greatest clients. Hey, you know what? We are still here. If you want, we, whatever those things, when you are ready, please tell us. And this time, because you've been so good to us, I'll give you a good terms. Not necessarily discount, good paying terms. You get what I'm saying? So I've got my Baba Nons Munya. I don't know whether he's here. Very good guy. Munya, are you here? Maybe I can sell you. You are going to get a lot of people coming to your barber shop. So you know what he does? He does the loyalty. So he says, 4 cuts, 1 for free. So next to it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't Are you hearing what I'm saying? What loyalty are you doing? Okay. Now we can talk about CRM and all those kind of things, but you need to remind your old customers. Your old customers are your gold. Most of us, we want new customers, but it's harder to get new customers. But your old customers are gold as you go for business development. But don't mess up the old ones. Say, I hear you. All right. All right. Last one, then I give it to Wizard. You must get attention. Hey! I got your attention right there, isn't it? So when things are tough, don't just say, oh, things are tough. Oh, things are tough. Are you hearing what I'm saying? As for me, I do not go into pity parties. Because pity parties, in all my experience, have never given me $1. So what I do is to say, what must I do for my business to survive? And it's up to you. Nobody is going to come and rescue your business. If you don't do something about your business, you are going to close, my brother, you're going to close, my sister. Am I talking to somebody here? So one of the things that you must do is you get customers by getting attention. Some of you are here. Who's here for the first time? Hands up. Okay, that's a good crowd. You are here because I got your attention. You and your brother, I have to go to this one. I have to get your attention. I have to go, I have to get your attention. So I'll get Eddie. So this is Eddie. This is the guy who does my social media guy. And a videographer. He's part of a whole team. And he's the one who puts all those man. Now you hear what I'm saying? But why are we doing that? To get your attention. You are too boring to attract new customers to your business. Your activity has got nothing. I always tell you that even your WhatsApp is boring. What is that going to sell? What is that going to tell? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Huh? Why are you telling us about your problems? Get money problems. Solve your money problems instead of your family issues on your status. It's free advertising space. 300 people see that and they see nonsense. And you wonder, oh, if I come, I'm a customer. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So we don't come. We don't come. So please find new ways to be known. Find new ways to be known. Tell your neighbor, find new ways to be known. Because people do not know what they are doing. Do you know why Wizroad is here? Because they want you to know what they are doing. And they've just found a new way to get your attention. They are here because right now, this room is packed full. Online, people are watching. And how many people will be watching? By the end of tonight, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000 people would have seen, and they got their eyeballs. They are smart. They know how to survive in tough times. Even we are not doing anything. You are not doing anything. You are not shouting. That's why we shout. Some people say, what do you poster? They don't go to Panapa and poster. Ndaka poster muna January. Teachers at a masterclass muna swafo. Would you be here? But you saw it hammering on TikTok, on Chakut, on Instagram, on what, on YouTube. There in your face. If you don't like it, I don't care. It's me getting the what? The attention. The money will come to you. So money follows attention. If you don't get attention and tell people what you're doing, you will remain broke and you will continue to cry. But otherwise, it's still possible to make it in tough times. Tough times need tough people. In fact, tough times make it easy because it separates boys from men. It removes the wannabes and the real people. And in this, we are creating real, strong businesses. Put your hands together. Let's go to the next segment, okay?
Please have your attention, like what Doc has said. The owner of White on the Feet, AGG6651, may please kindly attend your car. The owner of White on the Feet, AGG6651, please attend your car.
All right. So, I don't want to waste any more time. I want to give it to our sponsors, Wizroad. Let's put our hands again for them. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out. I've worked with these guys, with this team for years. And for your own information, in 2014, they helped me to start one of my businesses. In fact, they actually gave me about 160,000. Started that business, grew the business, we sold the business, and we are so happy together. All right. So they are not fly-by-nights. They are not people that are just coming today. They've been there. I'm sure they'll tell you their history. But today, I'm going to invite our speaker from Wizroad, who is the founder, one of the founding members. There are two of them. One of them is not here. I love these guys, and I value their wisdom. So today we've got Mr. Louis Tendai Madafi, the non-executive director at Wizroad Investments. Mr. Louis is an associate member of the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators, and is also a member of internal auditors. Mr. Louis has extensive experience in risk management, internal controls in the financial sector, services sector. So please, ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, let's all stand. Let's welcome Mr. Louis Madafi, who's going to take us. And after that, we're going to go to our question and answer.
Thank you so much. I'd prepared something, and the topic that I found here is going to change my introduction. Tough times. I'm going to tell you a little story, right? This is a true story. The CEO of Wizroad is here. He will testify. Right. You can stand up. We've got Mr. Lee, that's Mike Jera, and Mr. Lee, our operations manager, right? So, we raised money from abroad. And we started Wizroad. Wizroad is in the business of funding other businesses, right? And we grew our book up to about 3 million. And someone out of their wisdom introduced a currency which was going to be equal to the US dollar that we were lending. And then it became gauge. Within 10 days, our book had reduced from 3 million to 30,000. Tough times don't kill. And Doc was correct, you need a tough mind. For the first time, I went to bed with my shoes on. I had to go back to where I was born to really find out if I was really born. And they told me that, yes, you were born. So that's just a little story about tough times. Right, let me introduce Wizroad. And I'm so honored to be here. Partnering Dr. Chirisa is an honor. I've known Dr. Chirisa for a long time. I've never seen one individual who has got such a strong and sound work ethic. If you ask me about Dr. Chirisa, I'll give you 3 words. Discipline, discipline, and discipline. Right? So I don't think there's anyone who's more qualified to talk about business than Dr. Chirisa. I saw him growing his business from one surgery. You recall your Unit J surgery, which I think was a total flop. Up to now, he owns hospitals. So, and being a psychiatrist, and I think he is wealth of knowledge and experience. He is a blessing to us at Wizroad. All right. Wizroad Investment is a group of companies. Right. In Wizroad Investment, we've got our sister company, which also does funding of businesses, called Wilbay. Right. We have got Mlato, which is a microfinance based in Malawi. Right. We've got Nile Capital, which is a financial services company which is based in the United Kingdom. We've got Wando Healthcare Services, which is also based in the United Kingdom. Right. We've recently introduced the Wizroad Shop, which is a company which specializes in selling household goods. That's your furniture and other associated goods. And we sell them on hire purchase. Right. Because of our economic environment, a lot of young people have never bought anything on hire purchase. So if you want to know exactly what hire purchase works, you can come to Wizroad. Right. We also have got a product where we sell vehicles on hire purchase. We also sell housing material on hire purchase. Right. So I'm not going to labor to explain what hire purchase is. Right. If you want to know more, you come to Wizroad. So I'm going to zero down on Wizroad, the microfinance. This was just to give you a broad overview of what Wizroad Investments is all about. Right. At Wizroad, we've got a unique skill and we've got unique expertise because we've been in this business for 14 years. Right. We've survived tough times. We've seen that cycle coming again. Kana zvakutodzoka toti hecho chatanga. Now, we serve clients from several and different sectors. So we've accumulated a lot of experience. So we don't look at our clients as customers. We look at them as partners. So if you're looking for a partner, come to us. We also do a lot of mentoring. Look, it's foolish to reinvent a wheel. Right? If you come to us, talk to us, we know what works and what doesn't work. Right? Listen, I was listening to Dr. Chirisa's podcast yesterday. The lady that she was interviewing said something profound. She says, a good idea will never look for money. A good idea will always be followed by money. Right? So if you've got a good idea, if you've got a good business, if you are determined, you are never going to struggle to raise money. So one of the most difficult things in business is to raise money. Right? So that's why we've got Wizroad. And that's why we are there. To give you my background, as Dr. Chirisa said, I specialize in internal auditing. And that's my area of specialty. And if you come to Wizroad, you're going to find controls are key. And if you partner with us, we are also going to insist on helping you to establish sound controls. For example, you've got a grocery business. We will struggle to fund you if you don't have an automated system of recording your stock. So, listen, good businesses will always follow good practices. Right? You can't grow your business when you don't have controls. Right? To quote right? So we've got that. But having said that, for 18 years of my working life, I worked in a bank where I worked from treasury to tea making. I sat in all committees where you lend and advance loans. So at Wizroad, we are not new in this game. Even my partner, Nimrod, his entire working life, he worked for an insurance company. So we bring in loads and loads and loads and loads of experience that a lot of you guys can tap into. I'm in the twilight. If there's anything that we are proud of, is to leave a legacy of knowledge. We want to give as much as we have learned. It is unfortunate that some of you young guys have grown in an economy where certain controls don't exist anymore. And you want to what do I call it? The Mbinga type of business where nothing is there but there's money. But we have learned how to grow a business from beginning to this level. Believe me, Wizard has set aside a fund of up to $500,000 to fund startups. Right. So if you've got a good idea, right, don't come to me and say you want to start a bottle store. That's not a startup. Right. Don't come to me and try and do a business which my grandfather did. It's not a startup. Right. We are looking for innovation. We are looking for serious thinkers. We are looking for businesses that impact communities. We are looking for businesses that promote social mobility. Right. What do I mean by social mobility? We are looking for businesses that, put some one room into becoming dog's neighbor. Right. That's what we mean by social mobility. So if you've got that business that will change your life as an individual, that business that will change your community, if you've got that business which is going to make life easier for others, we've got 500,000 set aside for that type of business. Right. We've got our own company called Nilefin. Nilefin is a very novel startup. Right. It specializes in peer-to-peer lending. What do we mean by peer-to-peer lending? If you've got an extra $100 that you don't intend to use this month, you can go on our platform and register that you've got $100, you want to lend it, right? And if you want to borrow $100, you can come on our platform and then you say you want to borrow $100. So John in Chirisa can lend to Peter in Chinoi using our platform. That's what we call innovation, right? So we are encouraging, especially young entrepreneurs, don't fall into this trap of kutengesa mazai and think you're in business. Don't go into this trap of survival mode. You guys have got edge to your side. We expect more creativity from you. We expect you to change the world. So Wizard is there, and Wizard stands by you. We will support you through and through. So, if you've got any question about this funding, please don't hesitate to ask and contact us. So, I was going to leave you with two pieces of advice. I started business when I was only 14 years old. I went to work not because I needed a job. It's because I wanted to learn what happens in the corporate world. At the age of 34, I retired from my job. Right? So I've been in business since I was 34. Today, I'm how old am I? I'm 58, turning 59. So I've been in the game for a while. Right? So if you've got any question, don't hesitate to ask. We are there to help. So Doc has already mentioned this. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Any business without mentorship is bound to fail. So that was the first piece of advice that I was going to give. The second thing was always plan for uncertainty. Don't get into business and think you're going into a park. No, there are hurdles, right? I'll tell you something very interesting. Did you know that a business normally makes money on, from my experience, it's not written in any book. A business only makes money maybe 3 months in a year. The other 9 months is challenges, solving them, fighting through, and going through. So, be prepared. The third thing is diversity. One thing that made us survive the 1:1, it was diversity. We had a big real estate portfolio. The time when the good times were rolling for us, we did not buy Lamborghinis. We did not, let me not say what other men do. We did not do that. Instead, we were saving in real estate. So when the whole thing collapsed, we simply had to go and dig into our real estate. We started selling some properties. And before you know, we're back in business. And we are in business. We are here to stay. Thank you so much.
All right. I'm going to ask you to sit. Please, can we have the second mic? And can we remove these things? Mr. Lewis, I'm going to ask you to come and sit here in front. Do we have roving mics? Whose dollar is this? I claim it. All right, please do take your seat. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are so honored to have Wizrod, especially with the fund that they've put together for young entrepreneurs like yourselves. And that's the reason why they are here, because they want you to come and partner with them and to look, because an idea which is not funded is dead in its tracks. And some people will say, listen, your idea will die with you. And every time you do that, you find that idea, somebody is already doing it. So this is the time. In America, if you go to, this is how businesses are started. On Facebook, they were started and funded by people, and now they are big. And it's our time. It's our season. And having worked with them, and having been funded myself, and we made money. We grew the business. We then sold the business to an enterprise, and we still made more money. Ladies and gentlemen, I endorse Wizrod. Please, let's have some questions. And tell us when you have got a question. Please lift up your hand. Let me see who wants to ask a question. Lift up. Okay. Let's have those two gentlemen. Then we come this side. Then we go on the other side. Go this pocket. Ask. This is the time to ask. All right. So please tell us who you are, what business you are in, and go straight to your questions. We've got about 25 minutes, so we want to cover a lot of ground. Thank you.
Good evening, guys. Good evening, Dr. Chirisa and the partners and managers of Wizrod. Thank you for offering us this opportunity. So my question is related to you, Mr. Chirisa. My name is Itai, by the way. I'm 20 years old. I'm what you would call a student-preneur. I'm studying at the same time. I'm selling motorbikes, and I just recently built a go-kart from scratch. That is another thing I would like to show you, if you don't mind. So my question is, you have been funded by Wizrod some years ago. How did you pitch your idea? And what was your idea, if it's not too personal?
Okay. All right, so very simple. Mine, I went and pitched my drug rehabilitation. They were the first in the country. There was no one else who was doing it. I had seen them in Cape Town, where I had studied, got all the intellectual property from there. So I went to them and said, I need some money, and gave them a business plan. and they asked some questions. We agreed on a shareholding level. We agreed on a funding fundamental. Part of it was equity. Part of it was loan to the business. Worked, paid the loan, started to then get money. Then we said, let's grow the business. So we grow from one business into 3 businesses, and with a valuation of over $1 million or millions of dollars. Then we sold it, and we all made our money. So that's how it is, and we grew that within 7 years. So we are very aggressive, and they've got the time, they've got the manpower to monitor a business. So if kana usingade zokusenza, don't go to Wizroad. But if you want to be a person and a discipline, so my experience working with them, it made me a person of systems, disciplined, even financially now without even them in my businesses. System because it makes sense. Because you cannot grow. Next question.
Good evening, Doc. My name is Nathan. I do sell automotive paints and materials that are used for panel beating and car spraying. My question is on mentorship. We have been talking about mentorship. The question is, when you identify someone that you want to learn from, how do you get their attention? Knowing that these people, the big people, are busy most of their times, and when you want to approach them, how do you get their attention? And also, how do you keep them engaged so that they'll be able to impart their knowledge? Because when you get that connection, you also need the exposure that they have, and that exposure can open doors for you. So my question is, how do you get their attention, and how do you keep them engaged so that you continue to learn more from them? Thank you.
All right. You have mentored so many. How do people get your attention for mentorship?
You've already spoken about it.
It's on, I'm sure.
Yeah. Thank you for that question. If an entrepreneur like me, I'm a serious person, right? I will not have time for little jokes, right? If you prove that you are serious, right? We can talk, right? I would never reject talking to anyone, right? Before I talk to them. You have to talk to me first, right? You come, we sit down, we talk, I hear what you have, right? And if you've got something serious within you and with you, surely we'll mentor you. Try me if you want.
Invitation to Wizroad. So like I have always said, for you to get the attention of mentors, you have to rise above being a normal person and boring. When you come to us, in those 10 minutes that you have to speak, we have to hear that you know the language. You have to sound wise, and you have to be asking the right questions. So we want to see that you've done your research. We want to see that you know the things that you're talking about. If you see that we are talking nonsense, Tora Nyambo, we will just say this is just a time waste. So do your research, okay? Your pitch must be well presented. Your business proposal must be well done. Not one is on bond, one is on khaki paper, the other one tea and things like that. Font is you are writing with Roman numerals, ne Caro and all those kind of things. It just shows confusion. You have not put your thoughts. And anybody who does not value a mentor's time, why should I value yours? And one of the things is that we usually give you something to test you, which we call filters. So if you want to see me, I give you a difficult time to see me. If you pitch up, then I know you are serious. If you don't, I don't care. We are already rich.
I met my mentor who got to the stadium. I met my mentor who got to the stadium. Just when it was a Caps United Black Aces game, I sat there and I'm sitting to this guy. And within 3 minutes, I said everything about me, what I wanted to achieve and everything. And you have to be prepared. You have to know your stuff. You have to be ambitious. You have to be courageous. I mean, you're not going to get a mentor. And in any case, you've come here.
All right. Next question. Let's go this side. Hands up, please. Okay. Give Dr. Kudzu. Can we have some females, please? All right. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Butini. My question is for Wisdom. Do you guys have a financial structure that caters for seasonal businesses? Oh, sorry, I'm in the hospitality and mining sector. Do you have any financial structures that cater for seasonal businesses? And also, do you cater for business outside of that?
Right. Let me start with the last question. Wizard has got 52 branches countrywide. And each branch has got a number of centers. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we've got about 213 centers. And one thing about Wizard is we treat every business as unique, right? We don't have a one size fit for businesses. So if you have got a business that you want to discuss, you come to us and we will make a product that suits you. We don't have a fixed product. If you come to us and say, and ask me a question, what are your loan terms? I will not be able to answer that. I will ask you, what is your business? Then we will sit down and talk and structure. We specialize in structuring deals. I hope that answers.
All right. Next question, could you have it from me? All right.
Okay, good evening, Dr. Chirisa. Good evening, everyone. So my question goes to Wizrod. I have got an idea that I have, a business idea. By the way, I'm Audrey. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a network marketer. So I have this this business idea that I have, and I want to be funded, and I want to be shown the way on how to do it. How best can you help me, and what are the requirements for the loan? How best can I do that?
Like I said, we don't have requirements for loans. It is your business which has got requirements, right? So we look at the requirements of your business. So if we start giving you our requirements, it means we are shutting you out. Right. So what we want is, we want to sit down, talk to you, hear what your business is all about, what needs to be funded. You'll be surprised. More often than not, people come to us, either they're asking for more than what they need, or they're asking for less than what they need, or they will tell you, I want to pay this loan over 12 months. But from our experience, the little knowledge that we have, we know you will not be able to pay this over 12 months. We will tell you, you probably need to pay this over 36 months. This is how we do it, right? And we don't always give loans, right? We also have other different structures. We can actually go into an equity deal. We can go, look, we are open to anything. We can talk. Get in touch.
So with me, we went in an equity deal. It was a 51%, 49%. I remained with 51, they remained with 49. But it was structured in the way the management was done. And we would sit down, so we were kind of like the board, then we put in a management together who would manage that business. So it depends. So most of us, we are looking for loans with interest, and yet your business is not yet firing. And that's the reason why equity is good, because it makes you buy the time. Because with interest, you need to start to pay next month. But with equity, our business started to make money after 12 months. So if I had gone for an interest business or an interest loan, I would be wiped out. And that's why most of you are wiped out, because you are not thinking you don't have financial structuring wisdom with you. You're just thinking, let me get a loan. And most of us, like what I've said, you want to remain with 100% of a rat, yet you can have 50% of an elephant and make money. By the time we finished, we were all very happy. You get what I'm saying? All right? And what I put in was sweat equity. What they put in is financial equity. And to be honest with you, the person who has actually put up a risk there is the finance person. Because if everything does not work, if it's equity, business right, I say, raram. We equity anyura, iwo wongoenda ne idea yako isina kuti ase, isina kusenza. And that's the honest truth. So the person who's who's taking a risk is the person who's putting the money. And sometimes they might demand a lion's share and say, look, we will get our money, we will be at 60%, 70%. After we recover our money, it's called a clawback clause. We then recede to 50-50, or you become a shareholder, but we have recovered our money. Because the first rule of money, never lose money. You understand what I'm saying? So let's be open-minded and get our ideas funded and off the ground, rather than to keep your idea until you die. Let's get a question from this side. Where's the mic? Okay, let's quickly. We've got about 10 minutes. Then we get the lady who was here. Let's start over that side. Please stand.
She asked already the question.
Okay. Please.
Good evening. My name is Tetienda.
Can you put it closer?
My name is Tetienda.
Okay.
Good evening. My question is towards Wilsroad. You spoke of peer-to-peer loans. I wanted to just find out, do I benefit anything as a loaner? And also, in the event that the borrower maybe is a thief, do you then refund what I have put into the business?
Okay. Great question.
You do. With peer-to-peer lending, right, you actually set the terms. Right, I've got $100 and I'm looking for someone who's prepared to take my $100 at 5% interest per month. And then it goes on the platform. And the other side, the borrowing side, they will agree to your terms, right? But here is the thing. Right, let me throw a bit of numbers in. Wizard serves 23,000 people every single day, right? We've got a huge database. Anyone who will be coming there to borrow your money is already profiled in our database, right? We're now using artificial intelligence here, right? It's already profiled in our database. So we already know the probability of that person not paying you or paying you, right? So because we already know that client and we've got the database, we are prepared to guarantee you. And that's why we venture to a percentage. Because we are taking the risk.
All right. So you are guaranteed if you go on the platform, the people on the platform have already been vetted. They are already using Wizroad already. So you are guaranteed. But for that service of using the platform, they also take their piece. It's business. Everybody wins. Because but that money can earn something and everybody gets something from it. All right. So the platform name again is?
Fin Nile, F-I-N. The Nile, it's Nile the river, then F-I-N.
Okay, so Fin Nile.
So this is the latest product that we are, it's just, I think it will start running 1st of December. We are just clearing issues with RBZ, so it will be running 1st December.
All right. So next question, please. We've got about 2 More questions, burning questions. Let's get a question from this side and a question. That gentleman in the brown, maybe you can stand so that you lifted up your hand at the first time. All right.
Good evening, Doc.
Good evening.
Sir, and good evening, everyone. Sir, when you were talking, you also...
Your name, please tell us who you are.
My bad, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
My name is Denise Benza. I'm an aspiring entrepreneur. So, sir, when you mentioned something about impacting the community, so my question is, yes, we're talking about business, so do you also fund or partner with upcoming NGOs or private voluntary organizations?
The answer is certainly no. We are not an NGO, we're a profit-making organization. We, however, put our own corporate social responsibility programs where we do a lot of work in communities. When we talk about impacting communities, we're not talking about donations. Right? We're talking about coming up with programs that will create jobs, that will improve the lives of communities. We are not an NGO. We will definitely not be doing that.
All right. So it's like, it's called social impact. So if you looked at us when we started what is called Night Valley, which was the drug rehabilitation, we have rehabilitated thousands. Some of the people that even come on radio, they mention us, that have now been rehabilitated and are back doing well, wanted to kill themselves and all those people. That's social impact. Okay, so we are not just looking, so we are looking for businesses which will make an impact in the society, wherever you are, whether it's high density, low density, Zimbabwe, wherever you are, is contributing to that well-being of that. That's what we are talking about, not funding an NGO kind. Unless if the NGO is making profit and you can prove it. All right. Let's have I don't know whether it's the last question, it depends. This is 23 past 7.
All right. Evening, everyone. I'm Thomas Mabika from Tango, Africa. We operate an online event registration and ticketing platform. I have a question for you, Dr. Chirisa. I think you have mentioned on multiple occasions that you have started businesses and sold those businesses. I was just wondering what has been the motivation behind selling those businesses? You started business, but then you sell it. Was that always the goal from the jump, or how did you end up selling those businesses you started?
All right. So one of the things that I've noticed, especially in Africa and in Zimbabwe, is that people start businesses, they do well until the business gets broke. But clever people, they start businesses, grow the business, then sell that business at its peak. It's called a liquidity event. All right? So remember, when you're selling a business, it is probably times EBITDA or whatever your profit before, what da 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 da. Okay, so it's like times 12, times 10. So maybe you are making a certain amount and that business will actually be valued times 10, times 12, depending whether it's got systems. So you are able to get, instead of having a profit of 30,000 every month, you are able to sell that business for 700,000 US dollars, and you are giving it all at once. The 700,000 you have been given will give you even more capacity to start more businesses. You understand what I'm saying? So there are different mindsets. So there are businesses that you want to keep for yourself for the rest of your life, da 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 da. But we want to change the narrative of businesses among Africans. Where you start a business, you can sell it or you can list it. But it has to, you have to be thinking strategically. Most of our businesses that we are starting, they are survival business to pay our rent, send our kids, and things like that. I call them lifestyle businesses. Usually you then keep them. Or you get what I'm saying? So what I have, I've got one lifestyle business which keeps me and my family. But the other business that I'm growing to sell so that I can have a huge liquidity event or I can go and list. That's the mindset of a real entrepreneur. Unless or else you will remain just a little entrepreneur who's under the tree, which goes swandera butsu and never come out of under the tree.
For me, everything that I own is on sale except my wife. All that just offers the right price.
Yeah. All right, let's have the last question.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Brandon, and I'm a travel consultant. So I have two questions for you. The first one is going to be directed to Withroad, and another one to you, Dr. Chirisa. So my first question is, does the equity deal apply to new ventures or to startups? Because I believe that in this auditorium, there might be aspiring entrepreneurs that would want to start from a pariah state. So does the equity deal apply? Because I've once had the privilege to visit one of your offices, and I was informed that you only offer working capital loans to small and medium enterprises. And then my second question to you, Dr. Chirisa, from your presentation, I've learned that there is a time lag to results, with 20% of businesses making it to their 5th year, and most of them collapsing during the rest of the years. How do you develop the tenacity and the emotional courage to keep on going while you're facing through tough times? Thank you.
Okay, you're in the travel business. For information, at Wizard we've got a fly now, pay later product. Your clients can come and get loans and they buy their tickets and then they pay you after enjoying their holiday.
Yeah.
And for equity person, like I said, we don't have fixed rules. We look at each case separately and individually. So come and talk to us. Come and talk to us. We'll discuss. Look, the equity team is always good in a lot of cases. You know, chimichangwa, right? I'll tell you the several advantages that we've had with equity deals. Right. The first one, when we went for an equity with Dr. Chirisa, we would sit in meetings with Dr. Chirisa. Right? We got a lot of wisdom, ideas, and everything for our own businesses. Right? When we come into your business, we are also bringing character to your business. One thing that you need to know, every business will always take the character of its owner. Right? And also the business, I will share that with. Right. So when you bring in someone as something like you, there's going to be balance. Right? And there's going to be discipline. Like in my business, I can't walk in and say over the counter and pay money. Because there are other people who have got interest. When we went to Dr. Chirisa, it was impossible for him to go to come in and buy advocate D address. No, he had to wait for his dividend. Yeah. I also had to wait for my dividend. We had to wait for everything. So equity brings discipline. We are also sharing risk. You are sharing knowledge, you are increasing your capacity. That's why we always try to go for it.
All right. So, you know what? A lot of people, that's why we bring you to mentorship classes, so that we can change your mindset and your narrative. Most of your relatives have never gone into an equity deal. They do not know. So if you ask Muna, the person pay business, are you hearing what I'm saying? And that's why that guy has remained like that. But if you go all over the world, based on Facebook, do you know how many shares Zuckerberg owns on Facebook? It's less than 20. Do you know how many shares Elon Musk owns on Tesla? It's less than 20. And the reason is they go for funders. Funders give you speed, give you acceleration, give you what you are not able to get. A lot of us want to struggle our way. By the time we are going to be rich, you'll be Methuselah. You get what I'm saying? But me, I want to enjoy my money now. I want to enjoy my money young. Okay? So I'm turning 48 this year. And I'm enjoying my money right now. You get what I'm saying? And ndikutengera mota dzangu ndichiflya Pastor D wapezosuva vari kutobva kuEngland vangu vari kuEngland and we were kuEngland. This man is using some of you makona ndiri paTesla. It was his Tesla. He drives a Tesla. Munomboka Tesla, Tesla. He is just a car. The wife has got a Tesla also. So fire. I hear them saying. And what we are trying to do is to move you from squeaky into a proper, well-managed, systemized business. And you can only learn systems from people who have done systems. So it's an opportunity for you to also learn and do the right thing. When you then grow, you can then start something maybe at some time. Because sometimes what we also do, they can actually say, you know what, we are going to come in for the next 5 years, we grow and we leave. You buy us out. Venture capital. You get what I'm saying? So there are lots of models. So I want you guys, if you've got a great idea, don't die with your idea. We brought this to you so that you can go and see Wizrod. And come on, the Wizrod team, please, can you stand? CEO. In fact, you need to come. Can I just ask you just to come and just to say something? So this is the man who runs the show. And so it's a young, dynamic team, I'm telling you. Just say some few words.
There's someone there.
Oh, there's some that are even here.
Yeah, please come. We're waiting for you. Right. Come.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So please come and see them. And seeing them, you don't pay anything to see them. Go. Their job is to give you that money. And you are talking from somebody who has used it. And I might even think, right now, I can even read. I want you to see what my wife, because I told them about an idea. I want you to see, and you can read it. Because today this is real. Read there.
Get money from my dad. And
so you're saying, look, go and get another one funding for the idea that you are what? You are saying, this is my wife. And she's just sent it and she's in the UK. So listen, guys, this is time for action. I brought this to you guys so that this issue, if you see your business, Risruku Fund on Wizrod, Raga Dakwa. I think there is no deal. You get what I'm saying? You need a business. So this is the time for you guys to come, even as groups, not just as individuals, get together. What can we do? Come up with this out, write your things, and let's go and run with this thing. This team is here. Come on, put your hands together for Wizrod. All right. So if you remain broke, it's yourself. If you remain without any money, it's yourself. Dr. Chirisa Vakunzrai, Wizrod. Hallelujah. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. And that brings us to the end of our session. Did you learn something today? Did you learn something today? All right. So here's the thing. Please get the details, go to their head office, wherever you are, and you can go to their different, you can even go online. You will see where they are and participate. As long as you've got a good business, especially there's some guy who came to me with a WhatsApp platform, Go and see these guys. Those are the kind of innovations that we are looking for. So don't just die there. And so I was about to say, next month, November, will be our last installation. And I'm going to have my young man, Jerry Nyazungu, the chartered vendor. And we're going to be talking about how to sell. So please, let's come on time. It will be on the 29th of November. That will be the last. December, we don't do the masterclass. Some of us will be traveling. Akusukuvaira no iwo wakati muna December uri kuenda kumusha ndinobuti akundivhairira. You get what I'm saying? Intongoitwa zvinendera nechi hatitika All right. So, MC, please come and take us on. But thank you so much, Wizroad. Thank you so much.
Come on, I thought a standing ovation will be befitting. Come on, let's stand and give a huge, big round of applause to Dr. SM Chirisa and Wizroad. You can do better than that. Thank you very much. You may kindly take your seats for a very short period of time. Thanks to Wizroad, our sponsor, and also courtesy of them being customer-centric for this seminar. Just a brief announcement on Dr. SM Chirisa, like how he has just highlighted. Our next masterclass of the year 2024 will be on the 29th of November, hosted by Dr. SM Chirisa, and our guest speaker is the chartered vendor, Mr. Jerry Nya Zungu, the trending sales guru. Please take note for our next business seminar. We'll be using the lower auditorium as well, meaning that there will be twice the chairs that you're currently seeing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you may not know that our business mentor is also the senior pastor of Wisdom City Ministries International. Therefore, each and every Sunday we do congregate here at 55 Kwame Nkrumah for our double service and Sunday school that is concomitant with both of our services. Our first service starts from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30, and our second service commences promptly from 10:45 to 12:45 p.m. If you don't have a place where you worship, you are welcome to worship with us our next Sunday.